Hi, I'm Dr. Randy Shulman, and I just wanted to give you a little bit of my background in the field of optometry. I was very blessed to learn about vision therapy from Dr. Carl Gruning way back when I was only 13 years of age. I got to hear him speak on a radio station, and then we went to see him. I was becoming more and more myopic, and he said, well, that was partially because I was over-converging, and he gave me bifocals at that age. I thought that was amazing. And then when I was 15, I had the opportunity to work with him, and I got to see all of the kids coming in that were doing vision therapy. In the very beginning, they kind of really didn't do much. They wouldn't interact with me. And then weeks later, they would make eye contact and say, "Hi, Randy." And I was just amazed at how they changed over just a matter of months. So I really saw the power of vision therapy right in high school. So I chose to become an optometrist. I went to college and I graduated early from the University of Pennsylvania because I wanted to get right to optometry school. And my first choice was the State University of New York, State College of Optometry, because I knew that it had a long legacy of vision therapy doctors. It had a great residency program, and I knew I would learn a ton from all of the people there. And I really did. I was very fortunate to be able to study from so many amazing people, to spend a little time with Izzy Greenwald and Arnie Sherman, to learn from Harold Solin and Sid Groffman, and even Erwin Suchoff, as well as Shelley Moslin was just beginning there, amongst many others. And I was very grateful to actually return to SUNY many years later as a residency supervisor in our private practice residency. Through the years, I also had the opportunity to study with Paul Harris down in Baltimore during one of my rotations. I was in a study group with Gus Forkiotis, and I went to the Gazelle Institute's Lens and Prisms symposiums way back in the 90s and studied and worked with Mel Kaplan. Those seminars also included Dick Appel, Gus Forkiotis again, and John Streff, and they were very foundational to my understanding of lenses and prisms. I also got to attend the Northeast Congress with Abe Shapiro, and that was amazing. And I really learned a lot from some of those amazing doctors that attended and shared their knowledge of lenses and prisms and behavioral optometry. I did do vision therapy myself, both with Dr. Carl Gruning when I was 13, and then also at 28 years of age with Dr. Al Shankman. So I learned a lot from Dr. Shankman about time and space, and he termed it dysrelatia, which was all about having a mismatch between how you were seeing and how the rest of the world was seeing, as time and distance were constants, and if you were not perceiving the world in those universal constructs, there was very often a vision issue. So that was amazing to work with him. And even with Paul Harris during one of my rotations, I did a little vision therapy there as well. I also had the opportunity to work for many different doctors in the field. So I was able to work with Dr. Andrea Thaw and Steve Shaby and Bob Bine through the years in my early career. To me, it was just so amazing to have such generous and very sharing, caring optometrists that helped support my development. I continued my studies, attending COVD at the time and becoming a fellow 3 years out of school. I went to almost every Eastern States Optometric Congress. I think I only missed one since 1989. And more recently started the Tri-State Conference with Alana Gelfand. There's been some other meetings, in the Northeast, one of which, as I mentioned, Abe Shapiro was a part of, and I had the opportunity to do vision therapy with him as well in my early 40s when I was just starting to develop some presbyopia. That uh, Actually, that vision therapy made a huge impact, and nearly 15, no, more than 15 years later, I still don't need to wear bifocals. Another major influence for me was the College of Syntonic Optometry. So I got to spend some time with Ray Gottlieb and Larry Wallace, Rob Fox, Kathy Stern, among others, and really learned a lot from them. I continued to learn and grow with that organization, and they are always on the cutting edge of not only optometry, but everything from quantum physics to consciousness to integrative healing modalities. I've also been able to work with Celia Henricks and attend many conferences in, again, the Northeast and the Boston area with Kathy Stern and Kathy Kennedy, Kathy Prucknall, John Abundanza, amongst some others that were very much a big part of that organization. And they've always had amazing speakers. So all of these amazing optometry organizations help to support an optometrist interested in behavioral optometry and vision therapy. And for me, they have been absolutely crucial to my development and success as a behavioral optometrist, and now integrative optometrist is what I like to call myself. So I do encourage others to really keep learning, keep growing, learn from mentors. I'm sure I'm forgetting a few others, but attend these conferences because they are just so important, not just to hear the speakers, but also for the camaraderie and for the sharing, and to learn how you can grow and develop as a practitioner and make a positive impact for your patients.